What's up, YouTube? This is 19 coming to you with another deck profile and a challenge for all of my viewers. Let's see if you guys have the guts to build this deck and see what you guys do in your tournaments or your locals or your friends or with your friends and see how far you can get. Now, this deck is a very budget deck to say the least, but it's a very high ceiling deck, and let's see if you guys have what it takes to pilot this deck. Now, you may be wondering what deck I'm talking about. I'm talking about Gear Chronicle, Interdimensional Dragon, Time Leaper Dragon. But not just any Gear Chronicle deck. I'm also talking about Steam Maiden Initia. Yeah, we made it work. And let me show you how. So, first things first, we're going to go right into the Grade 4s. We play 4 copies, and I do mean 4 copies of Time Leaper Dragon. So this is a new Grade 4 that came out of the clan selection for Gear Chronicle. Time Leaper Dragon says, when this unit attacks, you can put one of your rearguards to the bottom of the deck, then choose one unit from your deck whose grade is +1 from that grade that you put to the bottom of your deck. So for example, if you put a grade 1, you get a grade 2. This is what we call in the community Time Leap. You then superior call that unit and give that unit plus 10k. That is all. But how amazingly strong is that simple skill? So, that is the only Grade 4 we play in this deck. The only Grade 3 we play in this deck is 4 copies of Steam Maiden Initia. Initia says, act, once per turn, discard any card from your hand, search your deck for up to 1 Grade 4 from your deck and write it as stand. Then, at the end of your turn, retire that Grade 4, choose a Grade 2 or less card from either your soul or drop zone, and write it as your Vanguard as rest. Now, you may be wondering, why would you want to do that? The point to her ability is, A, most of your opponent's Grade 3 Vanguards needs you to be at a Grade 3 state for them to do anything or some of their abilities. By being at a Grade 2, it stops your opponent from doing that. You literally cock your opponent's Grade 3 so not allow their full abilities go off. Now, you may be also wondering, well, if I'm at a Grade 2, then what am I going to do? What happens if I don't have a Grade 3 in my hand? And again, yes, she is the only Grade 3 we play. Haha, there are ways to get her from the deck to your hand. Thanks to some of the cards, thanks to a card that came in this set in clan selection. So next, we're gonna go into the Grade 2s, and I'll tell you what that card is. From clan selection as well, we play 4 copies of Steam Gunner Zyard. Zyard said, Vanguard or Rearguard, one place, Soul Blast 1 and discard a card from your hand. Draw a card. Then choose one of your opponent's rearguards whose grade is less than or equal to the card that you discarded and retire it. So if you discard a 2, you get to pop a 2 or less. If you discard a 4, you get to pop a 3 or less. Then, if you rolled a Grade 4 this turn, when this unit attacks, Soul Charge 1. This is your Soul Charge engine. He does it by himself. Well, I wouldn't say by himself. This is another card that helps him. Now, also as a reprint from the clan surgeon, which I had to say was a very good choice, we have Steam Scar Air Cup. Air Cup says Vanguard or Rearguard, counterblast 1, discard 1 card. Your Vanguard gets +1 drive. Then when this card will be discarded from your hand, it can be discarded as a Grade 3, which ties into Zyard. So if the Zyard skill says ditch a card, ditch him for a 3. Pop anything on your opponent's board. Very good synergy. Now the last Grade 2 we play 4 copies of the oldie but a goodie, Steam Mechanic Naboo. So Naboo says, when this unit attacks, you can bind 1 card from your drop zone. Your opponent is not allowed to guard with Grade 1s or higher for the duration of this battle. Then at the end of the battle, put Naboo into the soul and draw 1 card. Also soul charging. But you can see how we play a lot of Steam cards in this deck. Now, we go into the bread and gravy, or bread and butter, or however you like to say it. It's the Grade 1 package. Now, the start of this, which allows you to fetch your grade 3s to your hand to allow you to keep doing this over and over again, we play Lost Gear Dog 8. So, Lost Gear Dog 8 says very simply, on Vanguard or Rearguard, when in place, reveal a grade 3 or greater card from your hand, search your deck for up to one grade 3 and add it to your hand. Then if you add a card, discard cards from your hand whose sums add up to grade 3. So again, just how Air Cup can be discarded as a grade 3, you can discard him for this, you can discard your grade 4 for this, there are other cards you can discard for this. This is an all-around great card, and I'm so happy that Bushiroad gave it to us, because this card alone made this deck 10 times better than it can ever would have been, because we did not have a way to get our grade 3s back to our hand, but now we do. And if you couldn't tell, I'm excited about this. So now, our next grade 1 is a card that I'm so glad we finally got in English. Bushiroad, what are you doing? We have Steam Maiden Rebel. So this deck can also be considered a Steam deck. So Rebel says, when this card is discarded from your hand during your turn, Soul Blast 1, call this card a Rearguard Circle, it gains plus 5k, and then you can choose one normal unit from your drop zone, put it to the bottom of your deck, and if you do, draw one card. This is a way for you to recycle your grade 3s and your grade 4s back to the bottom of your deck. That way you can draw them back to your hand or superior ride them for your next turn. And not only that, she becomes a 13k beater or booster, which allowing you to do multi-attacks. And then what you want to do is then call her out, attack with her, use Time Leaper Dragon to Time Leaper back into the deck into another grade 2, and keep the attacks rolling. Now another grade 1 unit that I'm so glad that we got a reprint of. I played 3 copies of Chrono Tooth Tiggar. Chrono Tooth Tiggar says, Vanguard Circle. At the beginning of your right phase, you can draw an additional card. So not only that you draw one card for your draw phase, you get to draw 2. Then, auto skill. When this unit would be discarded from your hand for a cost, you can counterblast 1, draw 1 card, and call it back as rest. So if you have to discard this card, you can call it back as rest, time leap it into a grade 2, and then keep the attacks rolling. And then finally, the last grade 1 we played 2 copies of Quickie Worker. For those situations that we could not get Rebel to the hand, that way we have another card that does something similar. So Quickie Worker says, on Rearguard, when placed from hand, you can put a normal unit to the bottom of the deck. If that normal unit is a grade 3 or higher, you can Soul Blast 2, draw 1 card. If you haven't noticed, we draw a lot of cards in this deck. So your hand will always be looking stacked. Now for the triggers, we play 4 copies of the Draw PG. We play 4 crit. We play another 4 crit. And finally we play another 4 heal. And there's our starter. I believe he didn't have a Vanguard for himself, so I'm using him for this starter. It kind of fits into the motif of how our Vanguard and our units look with all the gear horns and crowns and things like that. So it kind of works. So we're going to go into a simple test hand and show you how this deck works. So we're going to shuffle up here and show you the magic. So shuffle up, shuffle up, shuffle up. Do, shuffle up really quickly. Ha ha ha. So while I got you here and I'm shuffling, I am so happy I was able to finish this deck out. You guys have no idea. This deck does amazing now. I fought some very high level tier decks. I'm going to do a short little cut here so you can see them playing fair and come out victorious, which was really funny. A lot of people I played really said they liked the way that I built the deck, and they're very surprised what the deck can do. They never thought this deck had any type of potential when I throw 2 cards back. But now, I have some friends at my locals who are actually playing this deck and doing very well with it. So we're going to shuffle up again, cut again, bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so we draw for turn. We drew a grade 3. So we're going to ride Chrono Tooth Tiggar. We're going to draw. Boom. Take a damage. Oh, that's not good. Draw. Chrono Tooth Tiggar says we draw again. So now we're right into our grade 2 We're going to ride into Zyard. So Zyard skill says Soul Blast 1. Pop a unit. Draw another card. Oh, sorry. We have to discard as well. So we're going to discard Ribble. Bam. Ribble skill says put a normal unit to the bottom of the deck. If I do, Superior Caller, draw a card. Now she has +5. That's 13. That's 10. Draw. Bam. Draw. Look at this hand. Why is this hand so big? So, take a damage. That's not good. We take another damage critical trigger. So then we stand. We draw. We ride into our grade 3. We go Force 1. We activate our skill. Let's say we get rid of a Zyard. Boom. We go into our Time Leaper Dragon. Boom. We shuffle up again. Let's say we call our Naboo, because she's our boo. Then attack for 18. Time Leaper skill. We Time Leap that. Then we call Zyard. Zyard gains +10. Shuffle up again. Zyard skill. We Soul Blast 1. We Soul Blast 1, discard 1. So we're gonna discard a Rabul. Boom. Pop a grade 1. Draw a card. Rabul skill. Soul Blast 1. Soul Blast 0. Boom. Bring her back. Boom. +5. We're gonna throw a Zyard to the bottom of the deck. Draw another card. Boom. Twin Drive. First check. Second check. We're drawing so many cards. Attack. Skill, because I rolled into a grade 4 card. Soul Charge 1. Attack. Skill. Bind a card from the drop zone. Can't guard. Boom. Into Soul. Draw another card. We're drawing so many goddamn cards. At the end of the turn, retire. Ride a grade 2 from our drop zone as rest. Zyard skill goes off because we placed them. We Soul Blast 1. We discard a card from our hand. We discard, boom, pop a grade 0, draw another card, activate Chrono 2 Tigger skill, counterblast 1, Superior Call him down as rest. We draw another card. Why are we drawing so many cards? And then because we drew so many cards, and we also have another grade 3 that we drew, we can just do it all over again. Please, people, understand this deck is amazing. It does one thing, but it does it so very well. And you think, oh, I'm at grade 2, but you have so many cards. I literally got all 4 of my perfect guards within that one turn. You're set. You're protected. You can guard just about everything. You're only taking hits because you want to. So please, when I say this deck is a budget deck, but it is so much more than that. There is so much potential in this deck. And on top of that, you're not forced into playing a certain archetype. You have access to all the grade 4s in this deck. And on top of that, unlike Chrono Jet Dragon or Chrono Tiger or even Lost Dragon, her skill is free. You can ditch whatever you like from your hand. It can be a grade 0 and you're allowed to go into your grade 4s. How amazing is that? So please, I can't state enough how great this deck is now that all the cards from Clan Selection came out. It made this deck so much more consistent, so much more better, so much more flexible, and you draw a shit ton of cards. Go out and try this. You will not be unhappy about playing this deck. As you can see, I'm an advocate for this. I've tried so hard to make this deck work, and I'm so happy that it does. If you have any questions, any comments, please leave them down below. If you want to know how much this deck costs, please shoot me a DM. I'll be more than happy to tell you this. What this deck costs? Less than $15. Not even kidding. But please go out and try it. Please, if you do go on and try, come back and let me know what you guys thought about. What did your friends think about it? Did you top it in the locals? Let me know. But as always, we'll see you later. This video is very short because there's not really much to go on about the deck. But as you can see, you can do so much. It ties into every play. One card ties into 2 other cards. Go ham. See you later.